Every specimen in our collection tells a story, and one of my favorite stories in the bird collection is about greater bird of paradise. The scientific name is Paradisea apoda, and the scientific name actually has a neat story associated with it. Apoda means without feet, and this was a bird that was described to science originally by Carolus Linnaeus in the 1750s. Linnaeus was getting specimens from all over the world, and he got a specimen of Paradisea apoda from New Guinea that had no feet on it. And he looked at it and he described it to the world as never landing. But it took about 40 or 50 years for somebody to get back and get a regular specimen to show that it's just a typical perching bird when it comes right down to it. Now, another thing about this bird is its specimen label. When you look at the label, someone has written, "Old specimen collected by Wallace, Aru Islands." We know that this is actually Alfred Russel Wallace because he actually wrote a paper describing the breeding behavior of greater birds of paradise from the Aru Islands in about 1854. And Wallace is Alfred Russel Wallace, who was, along with Charles Darwin, the guy who came up with the idea that natural selection was driving evolution. And so this illustrates some of the wonderful historical value of collections like these. At the same time, I always like to emphasize that this is a specimen that would be used for modern studies today by scientists. It's something that could be used to look at geographic variation. It could be used to look at how coloration patterns might be changing in the Aru Islands. And so our goal is to have this specimen in the collection hundreds of years from now for scientists in the future to come back and look at and understand more about the biology of these wonderful birds.